And when I work from home, I'm usually writing stuff, training material, speeches, whatever it might be. If I'm there for 2 days, day one, by about 3 o'clock, I'm starting to feel physical pain. I'm getting tired, I feel slightly depressed, I feel like I've got a bit of flu. Yeah. Day two, I can't cope. I have to go to Tesco's and speak to anybody I can find. I just need to interact with someone and just talk to anybody I can find. So that's me being an extrovert. I get my energy from being with other people. I need quiet time when I do reflect, but my energy comes from being with other people. Extroverts tend to talk, think, and talk again. And their main brain sits on the tip of their tongue. It's there. So they might find themselves tailgating conversations, or disliking silence in conversations, and jumping on the back of a conversation. They'll be typical traits of an extrovert. Introverts, what do you associate with introverts? Thinkers, thoughtful, quiet. Self-contained, beautiful. Yeah. These are quite common things with introversion. Introverts get their energy the other way around, so they can appear like an extrovert, especially if they're on a subject they're very passionate about, and they can have some really deep interest, so they can feel like an extrovert. But after a period of time, the interaction with people tires them out. They need to withdraw and recharge themselves, and they get their energy from inside. Now, these people tend to think, talk, think, and take on average 3 seconds longer to answer a question than an extrovert. What I'd like you to do is go to page 2 of your book, and you've got some definition of extroversion and introversion. Have a look through both sides, have a look at the traits, and at the bottom just mark where you think you are. So you're very sure, quite sure, not sure, quite sure introversion, very sure introversion. So just kind of have a self-guess of where you think you are, based on the descriptions in the book and the stuff I'm going to put on the screen, and also my descriptions. Oh, not too far. Spend a moment, just go through that and make a choice. Have you done it? Have you made a choice? No. Okay. Can I have a show of hands of those people who think they're extroverts? Show of hands of those people who think they're introverts. More introverts in the room than extroverts. Show of those people who just don't know. Oh, sure. Okay, you don't know. That's fine. That's cool. We'll find out later. Okay. If you're an extrovert, do you know some introverts? Yeah. If you're an introvert, do you know some extroverts? If you're an extrovert, what do you think the introverts make of you? Sorry?
A loose cannon.
A loose cannon?
Wow.
Anything else?
Wow.
Loud? Will they ever shut up? Can't they just speak or think before they can come out with this stuff? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. If you're an introvert, what do you think the extroverts make of introverts? Unsocial.
Opinionated.
Opinionated. Anything else? Can you have a show of hands of extroverts again? Do you find introverts difficult to read? Do you feel like sometimes it's pulling your teeth when you ask questions? Yeah. Until I did Myers Briggs, I'm only just an extrovert. The introverts, I thought you were a bit weird actually. What's all that thinking stuff about? You hiding stuff from me? Just come out with it, come on. Yeah. So, you know, until I did Myers Briggs, I went, okay, because introvert's main brain is back here, which is why it takes 3 seconds longer to answer questions. It comes in, floats around, and then comes back out. So I just want to give you some little tips. One, if you're dealing with change, by the way, if you're organising change, give extroverts time to have a good old chat. Myers Briggs and change is is so intuitively simple that you think, well, why wouldn't you do it? Most companies don't do it. Give people a chance to chat about it. With introverts, give them time to reflect about it, and possibly give them one-to-one chats as well. Simple as that. But a little tip if you're trying to communicate with an extrovert or an introvert, if you're an extrovert and you have an introvert here, what you'll usually find is the extrovert will go, they'll ask the first question, so, and they'll throw the question across to the introvert, and there'll be that space which is called silence. Yeah? And the introvert will go, this will be in their head, not out of their mouth, will go, good question, let me think about it. And that then creates that silence, and the extroverts go, what's wrong with you? Yeah, well, they don't say that, so they go, oh, clearly a bit slow today. I know what I'll do, I'll help them out by asking another question. Yeah? So they jump into the space and ask another question, and then the introvert's still in their head, because, you know, they don't want an extrovert, and go, that's 2 questions, what's wrong with you? Okay. So we're now up to 6 seconds, and then the extrovert just goes, I'll dress up the first question in a slightly different way, come in the side and ask it that way. I really help them out because they're a bit today. Yeah? And the introverts just go, will you please stop asking me questions, you nutter? What's wrong with you? Yeah. So just a little tip. If you are an extrovert, and I'm guilty of this all the time, when you ask your question, you probably have to assume the other person's heard you. Okay? If they haven't, then fair enough, ask it again. But you ask your question, that space, this is going to break a habit which takes, 30 odd days? Yeah, a long lifetime. That space, just stay out of it. And just zip it. So ask your question sharp. Because they've heard you. And by stepping into the space, you stop their thinking. Okay? Introverts, to protect that space for yourself, to help the extroverts out, because they don't know what they do, go, this is a good question, so this comes out of your mouth now. Good question, let me think about it. So you've then guarded that space. You'll still see the extrovert hopping around going, come on. But that's fine, you've kind of given yourself a bit of space, yeah? Does that make sense? So just a little tip. If you ever want to know some stuff, give me a shout and we'll get them sent to you. So that's the first choice. And we have half an hour left. I've got 3 more choices to go, which is spot on time. So, with change, as we link into this change, make sure extroverts have a chance to chat about it, go away, think about it, and then chat about it again. Introverts, a chance to think about it, chat about it probably more in smaller groups, and then think about it again. It's all obvious stuff, but from what I experience, the obvious stuff isn't usually done, because we forget to do the obvious, because actually reactive time, we do things the way we would think if we wanted. That's a very good English speaker. Okay, so let's go on to the next level now, which is how you take in information, which in communication terms is quite important.